Ron Lyle was one guy who could hit you so hard it didn't hurt.
Well, first of all, Howard, is that I'm not going to try to kill him. My job is to fight and be in control of myself at all times.
In the red corner, the returning king, Muhammad Ali.
I'm feeling great. I'm ready to go to war right now because I'll never lose a fight.
The man who danced in Zaire and dropped Big George Foreman to reclaim the heavyweight throne.
I kept telling him he had no punch, he couldn't hit, he's swinging like a sissy.
He wasn't just a boxer anymore. He was a living legend, a cultural icon, and for most people, untouchable. But now, just a few months after the rumble in the jungle, Ali was stepping into something different, because in the opposite corner stood a man only hardcore boxing fans truly understood, Ron Lyle.
I'm in a fight, and I talked about with Ron Lyle, and I got hit so hard, but it's like a blank feeling comes over you, and it doesn't even hurt.
6'3", 220 pounds, prison hardened, knockout hungry, a puncher with patience and a past that didn't need hype to be terrifying. Lyle wasn't a sideshow. He wasn't just another notch on the belt. He was a serious threat. This was the first time these two men would meet, and there was no blueprint for how it would go. Ali had the speed, the chin, the IQ, but Lyle had a different kind of danger. He didn't just want the belt. He wanted to test the myth. Would Ali's experience and brilliance be enough to dismantle a man like Lyle? Or would the champ walk into a right hand he couldn't talk his way out of?
This man has never knocked nobody out cold. He's a bully. He's slow. He has no skill, no footwork. He's awkward.
By 1975, Muhammad Ali had already lived a dozen lives in the ring. He was the man who beat Sonny Liston twice. He was the man who stood against the U.S. government and lost everything. 3 years in exile, stripped of his titles, branded a traitor by some, a hero by others. He came back in '70 and went to war with Joe Frazier in '71. 15 rounds of hell in Madison Square Garden, and for the first time, Ali lost. But he didn't crumble. He recalibrated, got smarter, got meaner.
His style, the style that only he can be successful in.
And when he touched down in Zaire in '74 and knocked out George Foreman, one of the most feared punchers in boxing history, the world didn't just believe in him again. They crowned him immortal. But greatness has a price, and by 1975, Ali was starting to feel it. At 33, the reflexes weren't what they used to be. The body was worn from wars with Frazier and Norton, and the fights were coming faster than ever, with barely time to breathe between title defenses. Less than 4 months after shocking Foreman, Ali took on Chuck Wepner in a bloody slugfest that inspired Rocky. 2 months later, with barely enough time to shake the swelling, he signed up again, this time to face a man built like trouble, Ron Lyle. Ron Lyle's path was nothing like Ali's. He grew up in the Denver projects, one of 19 kids, and by 19 he was locked up for second-degree murder. Inside Colorado State Penitentiary, he was punctured by another inmate, nearly dying on the operating table and needing 36 blood transfusions to save his life.
Well, I got stabbed, of course. Well, it was the thing as, when you're in prison, man, everybody's mean, you know what I mean?
After learning the trade in prison, he went on a tear in the amateurs. Golden gloves, national titles, and a knockout over the Soviet Union's top heavyweight. Lyle turned pro at 30 and went 19-0 with 17 knockouts. He knocked out Buster Mathis, beat Jimmy Ellis and Oscar Bonavena, and then there was Foreman. 4 rounds of chaos. Lyle dropped him twice, nearly stopped him. Foreman survived, but even he said Lyle was the toughest man he ever faced.
And they hit so hard that it vibrates your body. Even if you block it, just goes right.
May 16th, 1975, Las Vegas, Nevada. Ali's second title defense since reclaiming the crown. Was Ali still the untouchable icon, or could Ron Lyle, a man forged behind bars and sharpened in blood, turn survival into glory and take it all?
Of the United States. Now the bell for round 1. Ali going right out toward Lyle, the 2 men in the middle of the ring. I will not try to kill him, Lyle said in our pre-fight talk, nor will I wear myself out if he lies against the ropes. Ali covering up, yet he backed off. This is Lyle's fight plan. His principal victories have been over the likes of Jimmy Ellis and especially the left hook. 3 of the first 5 rounds, but he's got to go by the 8th. Well, we'll see. Only once was Ali heavier than he weighed in today at 224.5. He weighed in at 227. for a lackluster effort against Mac Fox. Out of Ali's nostril. Underway, and there was blood out of Ali's right nostril, drawn in the first round, which had to be given to Hopes. Finds that Lyle is not pursuing. But Lyle told us all about that in our Pick'em champ. Now Raleigh, he hasn't danced at all tonight. The left foot in front of the right foot. Whole new kind of fight for Ali thus far. Yep, this is second round action. Ali in the white trunks, of course. The bell for the end of the second round, and we go to Ali's corner.
Con the guy and they're coming after him.
Okay.
When he stings him, he'll come.
Right, Bertie Pacheco, Ali's personal physician, at ringside as always, and action in round 3 begins.
After a cautious opening and a better second round from Ali, Lyle comes out with adjustments. He digs hooks behind Ali's guard, cutting off the angles, trying to take the legs out from under him. Ali's still elusive, but you can see Lyle's plan. Slow the pace, stay patient, and don't burn the tank too early.
The half stare across his lips. Openly talked about, as you know, if you've been with us from the top of the program, the sordid nature of his background, the jail term and all the rest. Now he faces preparing for an opponent like Ali with that kind of thing hanging over his head. Oh, a good quick left and right by Ali, his best blows of the night. Lyle trying to fight back, coming in with Lyle's got to be careful of that straight right. Needlessly. Lyle is not using himself up at all. And he got away from that quick flurry. Landed a good left to the chest. Not strong, but it connected. All right, round 4 action just underway. Live from the Las Vegas Convention Center. Ali taunting with the crowd between the rounds. And Angelo Dundee telling him, I don't know, noisemaker in Ali's corner, just said, champ, you've got to stick sometime, meaning use that left. Going to have it that weight. He was grossly out of shape for Wetner at 223. By his own, it that way once in the first Norton fight. Nothing happening, only tactics. And Ali on action about to close down. We'll be back when the round ends in a moment. 5 action. So far a nothing fight. A strange Ali. Posturing, unable to use the ropes because Lyle won't go into him against the ropes. Lyle with a right. Ali knows this man has power. Look at him, moving away. You never really know what... That left is getting in, though. Left again. This is Ali's best round by far of the night. Now, although the crowd yelled, Lyle's right, only glance. We'll be breaking after this round for a commercial and then back in a moment. Round action quickly. Ali moving again. A little evidence of the shuffle. Ali moved in the 5th round. Probably won the round. Scored with the left, though, and had what was necessary to come back and to recapture the crown.
Round 6, and the champ decides it's time to remind everyone who he is. Flashy footwork, snappy jabs, and those little bursts of rhythm that made him untouchable back in '64. Lyle tries to keep up, but Ali's pace suddenly feels like a storm he didn't prepare for.
Now Ali's in the corner, but you don't see wild flailing from Lyle as you did from Foreman. Ali, in Ali's career, he's been vulnerable to the left hook. Henry Cooper Fisher decked him with a left hook. So did Sonny, the late Sonny Banks. Disappointing fight. Disappointing in the sense that Ali has shown little, if anything. but a smart tactical fight by Ron Lyle thus far. Under the guidance and ministrations of handler, trainer, we'll break for a commercial and be back in a moment. Again, we're live at ringside at the Las Vegas Convention Center. Howard Cosell, along with Frank Gifford, reporting action underway in the 7th round. Both of these men told us how they were going to fight this fight in interviews done. Not been able to stick to his. He's not been able to use the rope. That rope-a-dope thing is now just a figment of memory because Lyle will not go in and throw you. And I think this would really be stretching things. Has been holding back for the predicted round 8. But I think that would be stretching reason a great deal. I think no dancing this round for Ali. He danced in the 5th, he danced in the 6th. But not this round. Well, it seems to me the aggressor in the fight. Lyle got in a good right to Ali's head then. And let me tell you, you feel Lyle when he leans against your body because he's 219 pounds. All right, we'll be back with more of the Muhammad Ali Ron Lyle World Heavyweight Championship fight. Now let's pause for this message from our local station. They've begun action in round 8 when we had to break, so our local 235 and 243 or thereabouts at this round. Now he's opening up. He's trying to. A punch. When Jerry Quarry beat him, he hit him with everything he had, and Quarry could punch, I'll say that. And he's... We're going to run this clock the whole round because of the prediction. Ali got to Lyle then. Ali got to him again with a right when Lyle was off balance. And the crowd knows it. They're reacting. A big round for Muhammad Ali, no question about it. We're going to have to break for a commercial after this round, and we'll be back in a moment. Big round for Ali in the Las Vegas Convention Center. The 8th, a big round for Ali. He wanted a minute. You saw him talking with the crowd, in effect. Together. He heard him. Look at this. That's exciting, isn't it? Lyle is a big, powerful man, if nothing else, and you can get tired with a man like this, leaning against you all. Ali got a good left in there. Lyle got a left in. We're approaching the end of round 9. The action begins. And maybe now we can talk to Angelo Dundee that this was a tactical fight, shrewdly constructed by Chicky Ferrara in Ron Lyle's corner. Ron has been following instructions. Oh, a right got into Ali, the side of Ali's head then.
After 3 straight rounds of Ali brilliance, Lyle finds his second wind. He's not dominating, but he's making it a fight again. And as they close out the 10th, there's a question in the air. Can Ali keep this up? Or is Lyle quietly ahead on the cards, about to do the unthinkable?
Rounds, although I think Ali's been doing some damage in those middle rounds, that's 6, 7, and 8.
Okay, Alan King, the Alan King Tennis Classic, tomorrow, 3:30 Eastern Time. Live from Caesars Palace, Las Vegas. By the way, Alan King doesn't give you an uninformed opinion. He was a fighter. Got out of boys' high school in Brooklyn. Hey, he hurt Lyle. Ali got to Lyle. Lyle is in trouble. He hurt him with a left. Lyle went back against the ropes. He's desperately trying to cover up. Ali won't expend himself while Lyle's against the ropes. But Ali smells blood. 11th round action. And Ali in command. Lyle's eyes are glassy. He's staggering. This time Lyle is ready to go. Look at that. Muhammad Ali. This is Muhammad Ali. The way he can be even at 33. Suddenly, from nowhere, the left cut to Lyle. Sent him back against the ropes. Ali in total command. Being separated now. The fight is stopped by referee Bird Hernandez. Lyle is objected, but he is rubbery legged.
Ali walked out of Vegas with the belt still around his waist, and another name added to his growing list of challengers. Lyle had pushed him, made him work, even made him look human at times. But when it mattered, Ali found the gear only legends have. Another test passed, another night the world remembered why he was called the greatest.